Yeah, but I say fuck that shit. If I say fuck that shit, will anyone stand next to me and double it? Family ENT and I ain't leaving unless I'm on a plane eating and drinking and finding things. And Alex and Mike are cheating with the hot chick. Is that enough?
Hey, it's nice to have you in the studios today. Mr. Will Frank here in his studio doing an interview with Underground Interviews.
What's going on?
Not much, man. How you been?
Good.
We're going to start you off here today, man. We know you got a new album coming out and we want to know a little bit about the history of Will Frank, kind of, where you started, what happened, what got you into the music, what's the method behind your madness, what's your poison?
Well, coming out of high school, I had a lot of issues, got in a lot of trouble. One thing I can say that is I've always wrote lyrics to music ever since I was a little kid. And after high school, when I got in trouble, I had to do some time, locked up and stuff, I started writing again really hard while I was in there. And as soon as I got out, the first thing that I did was I went to Guitar Center and I bought a guitar. That was the first thing I did. And I went home and, for 3 years I was on probation and I really had nothing. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go out and be with the old people that I was with and stuff like that. I was pretty much on lockdown. And during that entire time, I just taught myself how to play music. Taught my own self, learned music theory, learned how it works, taught myself the production side of it. And in the process of that, I also started a band called Driving Backwards, and it was more leaned towards punk rock music. But that band, we did a lot of shows and stuff. We had a decent little following, and we had a rap rock song, and where I was rapping the verses and the choruses were sung. And after every show that we would do, everybody would always come up and be like, "Dude, you gotta keep rapping. Like, you should just stick to rap. Like, just rap, So from that point on, I pretty much decided to just go full blown hip hop, with my own kind of rocked out feel to it. So I mean, that's really kind of like how it came about. That's how I came to where I'm at now.
Yeah, man, that definitely. So you got some deep roots in this stuff. You've been doing it for a while. You're really big into your music. And, we were sifting through the videos the other day. Me, Big Truck, we met up. We were all doing the photo shoot. And we started looking, man, 180,000 hits on a video. A lot of artists out here don't even have 10. They don't know what it's like to have 5, What did that make you feel like when you realized that you had a following that was, that type of gratitude? Multiple states, a large following. How did that make you feel?
Yeah, it was awesome. Honestly, though, I don't even take any of that credit for them views at all because what really happened when my videos took off was Royce the 5'9", I used to, what I used to do, I had a daily schedule. Every single morning, I would go online and about 60 to 70 famous artists on Facebook, I would spam their Facebooks with my videos. I would just sit there and, copy paste, and if I got kicked off by Facebook, I'd go on another account, copy paste. I was real religious in making sure that I was spamming my videos out there. Well, Royce the 5'9" was one that I always spam my videos on. And randomly, I'm sitting there going through my news feed, and I see a status that he posts, and it's in quotes saying, it says, "How many of y'all don't even know who I am, and after the first verse, you already became a fan?" He posted that, and that was quoting my intro to my second album that I released. And I was like, holy shit. And then, a bunch of my people got on there and was like, that's lyrics to my boy's song, blah, blah, blah. And, there was just this huge thing of people talking about that and then realizing it was my video. And ever since then, there was a time period of about a year and a half where every video I released, was getting was getting 36,000 views and stuff like that. And then I entered into a Funk Volume Don't Funk Up Our Beats contest. And I took Swizz's beat and, made it longer and added shit to it and kind of made it my own and made it a full song. Well, with that contest, you were only allowed 2 minutes. And they disqualified me, but the reason why there was some controversy in it is they disqualified me because there's 8 bars in there where I totally rip on Funk Volume. So there was a little bit of controversy going on, they're mad, whatever, and people were saying oh, they just disqualified me because they're mad, blah, blah, blah. So really, I got disqualified from the contest, so obviously I didn't win the contest, but my video was like the most popular video throughout the entire contest. So that's how that one got up to, around 180,000. I think it still actually gets viewed a lot, that one still keeps going up, but...
That's definitely good. Yeah, man, that video is definitely popping off. So yeah, definitely, man. That makes sense. Looking at, how your videos got up and who brought you up and where you've come from, a lot of us sit back and wonder what made Will Frank in the beginning. What situations in your life, family and friends and things of that nature really affected you to become a rapper and turn you into, who you are today.
Right. Well, I can honestly say that I was not a cool kid growing up, like at all. Up until about high school, I got picked on a lot, beat up a lot. I always wanted to be in with the cool crowd though, and I was always trying to do that. But I think that the situations that I was in with at home just kind of were throwing off my whole mentality and my whole psyche, just because it was a very violent home growing up. A lot of really bad situations, a lot of really bad memories and stuff like that. And I think when, for example, you can go into any school today and you can see young kids and you can definitely pick out the ones that have a rough home life and you can pick out the ones that have a great home life. It's very easy. And you can tell that the ones that have the rough home life, those are the ones that are turning to the drugs. Those are the ones that are getting in trouble. You know what I mean? The ones that are sticking in the straight and narrow path and doing everything in the order that they're supposed to be doing them, those are the kids that have, very good home life, very good parents. Now, don't get me wrong, my mother was like the best mother, you could possibly ask for. But, there's just a lot of screwed up shit at home, and I think it affected the way that I carried myself out in public and school, and I think that's what affected me to be always getting kicked down. Well, there's a lot of different situations that pivoted everything, but I would say after about high school, I kind of got this, like, intense chip on my shoulder. It was an intense chip on my shoulder. And I just never wanted to be beat down. I never wanted to be cornered. So I went to the extreme on everything to make sure that didn't happen. And I think that's what kind of formed my rapping mentality. It brought in a character that almost kind of, he's all about lifting up the ones that are down. And he's all about freaking the fuck out when you're pushed into a corner. That's the kind of attitude that it brings. It's all about, my music is all about, never bringing anybody down, sticking up for yourself, and, kind of just doing things on your own, but also doing them in the right way. Because I went down, the drug path, I went down the alcohol path, I went down the locked up path, and I know that that's not right, so that's not what I promote in my music. I don't promote killing cops. I don't promote, doing coke and all that shit. I don't promote that type of shit in my music. It's a very positive music, but it's also about, digging down inside yourself and fighting your own demons, But I think it was just that chip on the shoulder, it was that strong chip on the shoulder that really brought out my rap style, It's all about overcoming.
That definitely, man. Yeah, definitely things in your life seem to have really played into who you are today. And you definitely seem you've grown into a much bigger and better person, man, along the way. And your music style is really hitting a lot of fans in their hearts right now, man. One of the questions that we all have got for you is what sets you apart? What makes you different from every other rapper out there? What sets Will Frank apart? How did you brand yourself up to this point to make it as far as you've made it?
Honestly, I would say 75% of it is my instrumentals. When it comes to separating myself from what else is out there, the competition or whatever, my instrumentals they're just different. They're different than what you hear. Every time you turn on one of my instrumentals and one of my songs comes on, you can tell there's something that just catches you that's just different than every other thing that's out there. I feel like, you rarely hear me on trap beats just because, they're all the same to me. I don't fuck with them too much. And then as far as lyrically, I definitely put a lot of time into everything that I write. And things get rewritten and everything. And if you go down, in and you break down all my lyrics, there's all kinds of little hidden, clever shit that, kind of pops your eye and like, oh, that's what he was saying, like, there's a lot of stuff like that in my music, and I pride myself on still having substance and being real in everything that I'm saying, but still being able to pop off super fast rhyme schemes, and pop off those fast rhyme schemes, but still be saying something that means something, whereas a lot of people or a lot of rappers, when they're spitting that real fast shit, go in and break down their lyrics and they're not even saying anything, so I pride myself in that. And then if there was anything else that would set me apart, it would have to be I never stick with one flow throughout a verse, ever. Never stick with one flow. I like to change up flows every 4 bars. And I think that that's something that, it developed as time went on. I used to rap a lot differently. But that skill level, being able to rap super, super fast for 4 bars and then quick cut it back and go a lot slower and then go into singing 2 bars and then rapping another 2 bars, like, not a lot of rappers do that. A lot of rappers are on that just, that's the shit I don't like. That's the kind of stuff that I stay away from. I really want to keep my audience excited, and you do that through changing flows. It's not boring. It's very exciting. It's like, oh shit, 4 bars went by, now boom, now there's another flow coming in, with a totally different rhyme pattern, That's...
So you've definitely made your own pattern, your own style. You kind of got your own flow going to you, man. The last show you did pack the house. You got another one coming up February 6th, man. Who are you going to be bringing out? What are you guys going to be doing? What's going to be the center of the night?
Well, me and my guy Cortez, we got a little thing going on, Family ENT. That's me, Cortez, A-Lane. Cortez is going to be releasing an album that night along with myself. So 2 of us are going to be releasing albums. So it's kind of like our show to headline. We have Big Chuck coming out from Bolingbrook. We got Ty coming out from Joliet. We've got Toothless coming out from Palatine. And then we got a lot of local guys too, right here from our hometown. A lot of guys in our circle here. So it'll be those guys that I just mentioned, and then we've got A-Lane, Cortez performing, and then we got Carlos L's performing, and then we also have King Ruga too, who always lights it up.
Dude, that is definitely what's up. All right, man. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. So, don't you have a little surprise you want to give out to the viewers today? I mean, we were talking about something a little bit earlier. You got something up your sleeve?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm actually releasing a new album called Emergency Room Visits on February 6th. I've got a show that night also that there's going to be hard copies at. I actually got it right here too. I'm going to mark this up and get it over to you.
Most definitely, guys. So we got a big item on the market, man. This guy's going to be somewhere one day. You want to pay attention. Will Frank CD signed. We're going to have a merch raffle. You got to like his page. You got to go out there and check out his Facebook page. And we will go ahead and put your name in the list to get your signed Will Frank CD. We'd like to get back to the interview, though, man. And you definitely had some good answers thus far. Like, what can we expect from, Will Frank this summer? What are you doing? Where are you going from here? What's the next step once you drop this album? Are you touring? Do you got shows coming up? Like, what are your plans?
Yeah, I think after we release this album, I'm basically just going to keep doing shows locally. I'm not actually going to set up a tour. I really don't want to tour until I release my next album off of this one that's coming in February. I've got another album that's completely finished, that's, ready to go. It's just Emergency Room Visits. That's the title of the one coming out on the 6th. That one kind of sets, the stonework for I'm Not Bipolar Life Is. So I think I'm basically just going to release this one, continue to do shows, and then work on a little build-up here to release I'm Not Bipolar Life Is. And then maybe set up a tour after that.
Most definitely, man. Well, it's been an honor getting to sit in the studios with you.
Hell yeah.
See the type of shit you're up to, man. And from here, man, you got anything you want to say to the fans to close this out before you get out of here?
Let's see.
Figured I'd kick this shit off like this and give myself the proper introduction and throw my name into the consumption of musical, lyrical infatuation. You better keep up cause there's no caption when I'm rapping. Throwing myself out into the ocean, hoping my flowing revealing a whole army of following. Just fucking listen and see my vision. Make sure you're not missing the point, cause now there is a void. In this music business ain't I made the choice to smoke these jokers that annoy and treat this game like a toy and hear my shit hit and get on home with Sim said out like door. Cause I am coming up to clusterfuck the shit out of every syllable that steps up. So get your hunger up and get ready to eat off my plate. I'm sure there's nothing more that you hate to hear me spit these words at a rate faster than you can compensate.
Dude, that was badass, bro. Thank you very much and have a good day, man.
Peace. Hey, well, thank you guys very much for stopping by. Mi casa, su casa. If you guys want to hang out, shoot some pool and have some drinks, but I gotta roll. See you.